man. Like I've been in this motherfucking relationship for so fucking long.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
I'm gonna be nice to this motherfucker when I'm nice to this motherfucker. I don't need to tell y'all every fucking day how nice to be this. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that, man.
No, I have two examples in my life where they are exactly everything that this guy was describing.
Okay.
And makes me sick to my stomach, but they are. But to your point about broadcasting it, they talk about everything in the world else. They do not go into like, well, just bought my wife some just cause flowers today and you should be doing shit. Nah, they just do that shit. It's just in them. They don't need any publicity for it, no recognition for it other than from their wives.
He's clout chasing?
Not clout chasing. Capitol building. This motherfucker,
he's using the internet,
was making a ton of money through viewerships and sponsorships.
I'm just wondering why he only had one girl though.
What that we know?
I think more is gonna come. Yeah. Guys like that, you know this. That's just the beginning.
Just
they just peeled a little bit back. There's more coming. You already know it. You know it.
And it may not be to the extent of 4-year relationship. Flew you to sleep in my wife's bed.
Bugging.
It may not be that crazy, but there's gonna be a couple of "Hey big head" text messages that come out. You know what I mean? But it's like, "This nigga hit me too."
But it's
coming
like
for sure.
pimping going wrong. Like, because you gotta expect that a woman is gonna find out that you're making money off of this, right? And you're lying. And so why wouldn't they come out and be like, "You're making money off this"?
Only a matter of time.
But at the same time, his story was that I'm not with my wife. I'm not with her. So when I'm talking about this, is just how I would treat a woman if I had a wife. That was her story of it. It was like, he told me that they were separated and divorced.
That's what he told her.
Divorcing. Yeah.
But what was he telling the people? Was he telling the people that he's married?
He's telling people, when you're separated, you shouldn't be seeing other people because you're in that in between stage. And you're turning the marriage or the relationship into a situationship. That's what he's telling people.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he telling the girl that he brought into his wife's bed that they're separated. So he's doing the exact
contradicting
opposite.
everything.
Yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit for real.
But I get why he was doing that. Like he's like, I can make some money off this shit.
Yeah.
Now picture that at a larger scale.
Like with a lot of
like something that you believe in. Picture that at a larger scale with a larger time frame, right? How long has this guy been rocking for?
Since 10 years.
Yeah. Picture 100 years.
I've never heard of this dude.
Picture something being 100 years. Picture
Doma.
if that was 100 years old, when motherfuckers was still like, in 100 years, black men don't cheat. All that that became a methodology. It became a thing that people became religious about and started following. Am I going into too much of my conspiracy?
No, you're all the way with you, Dave. I'm all the way with you.
Right? Because this fails at a lesser scale. We see petty crimes and we see petty crime. People go to jail for petty crime.
I'm always interested in how you get there quickly.
How do what conspiracy theories?
Like quickly.
He's always
31 days no drinking. I'm focused, nigga.
Mental clarity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that no? I'm just asking. Is that possible? Do you think that's possible?
Absolutely.
Where this guy had a 10-year run, but you could have a 100-year run,
Absolutely.
1,000-year run
Absolutely.
of just people believing.
Bro, is that not happening with
capitalism,
white privilege, and racism right now? There was no racism or white privilege because we didn't talk about the history. We just said it was just all good, all hail, all white America.
No. I think it was always. I mean,
no, we didn't acknowledge that shit. We just talked that this was
I've been
land of the
shit for you.
No, not your personal fear. I'm talking about that belief you were talking about over a long land of the free, home of the brave, leader in the world. Mm-hmm. That is fed, decade after decade, century after century.
You have free will.
When you get underneath the surface of that, this country's some bullshit, huh?
Yeah, we only speak one language here,
which is crazy.
Right. This is my man DJ.
We only see U.S. news.
Yeah, we got BBC. You ain't got cable?
Yeah, we got one.
We got three.
We ain't got no Asian channel though. I haven't seen an Asian channel. Nah, but yeah. What if this is? What if we've been Derrick Jaxn our entire lives?
100%.
I 100% think that that's what happened. But whatever. I mean, you can't get too too deep into because you're gonna get into religion and all that other stuff, and we'll stay there.
I don't know that I have a problem with that though. Where that Matrix talk that we talk about, yeah, I've been dejacked my whole life, but I'm finding a way to navigate a very positive life for myself amidst all of the bullshit and the facade. So I guess it's not impacting me in a way where if they pulled the veil back, I'd be like, oh, my whole life's falling apart now. I believed in this ideology so much that now my shit's falling apart. Nah.
So do you think that his wife feels the same way?
No, his wife feels terrified.
His wife is definitely terrified.
She's definitely a prisoner.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, like it's crazy. If you
My
see
nigga,
the video,
it
you'll see
almost looked like one of those
It's bad.
those patriarchal Middle Eastern societies where they got to wear a burqa, shut up, speak when spoken to.
Yeah. So this was his idea to do the video.
He's definitely doing
Yo,
it.
his hands are clasped on her one
And
hand.
when she's talking, he's like this. He's like, grilling her. Like make sure you say it the right way.
Follow the
Eat
script.
the cake, anime. Eat the cake.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. It's bad.
But to your point, you think that's part of a Mandela effect? You guys know what the Mandela effect is?
Oh no, I watched this one.
No,
This is the one where the alternate reality
Yeah,
is,
there
right?
you go.
The Bernstein Bears,
Yeah,
Bernstein Bears, or something
Yeah,
like that. It's
How you remember shit.
Oh, you
Yeah.
remember shit, exactly.
When did Mandela die? What year did he die? Do you remember him?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember him dying in like 1990
No.
1990.
as a kid,
I thought he died a while ago.
but he did die like afterwards after he
I
got
know
out
he's
of jail.
dead
and
now,
all
no
that
matter
shit.
what. But I remember him like
No,
passing.
I think he did die like recently. No.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did die
Yeah,
recently.
he did die recently. Officially, he died recently.
But
I-
beforehand.
I do think I remember him like dying.
Dying like in
yeah.
my mind, right? Like
Yeah.
in like 1990 or some shit like that.
2013.
Yeah,
But they had him dying before he was president.
yeah.
Well, he was in jail for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
But wasn't that the
But-
reality that they were preaching? Is he's
Right.
already dead?
Yeah.
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 Then
Mandela
somehow he
effect.
came out, became president. We forgot that they already said he died.
Right. Right.
And then he was
Right.
president and then died after that.
Yeah.
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 Nah, look, man,
There's a lot of.
it's
crazy
only
shit.
going to get worse. The internet is not going to get any smaller. The speed of information is not going to get any slower.
Did you guys
And
hear about
people
this
are not
whole
going to
like
get any smarter?
this whole like conspiracy theory of 2012 where there's things that have disappeared, like Sinbad playing a genie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that never happened.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
That never happened.
Shazam.
Shazam.
Yeah, no.
Never happened.
Nah,
Hypnotic being
I thought
spelled with a
Shazam
Y.
was Shaq.
Never happened. Mm-hmm. I thought I saw Hypnotic being spelled.
I
They're
thought so
saying
too.
Hypnotic was spelled with a Y,
the
wasn't it?
Nelson
See?
Mandela
Yeah.
effect. You remember
Mandela
things
effect.
that don't really affect. That were never really true.
Like you're saying, Berenstein versus Berenstein.
Berenstein.
Yeah.
Bears. Just the Monopoly man wearing Oculus.
Yeah.
No, that happened.
That definitely happened.
Right. But
Tell me that
Did
didn't
it?
happen. I'm losing my mind.
it,
though.
it, does,
I'm
it doesn't
telling
happen
you.
now.
The Hypnotic.
If
had
you
a
look
Y
at a
in it.
Monopoly
You tell me
board
it
right
didn't have a
now,
Y in it?
He's just up and at
So
it.
if I Google that right now, it doesn't have a Y.
No,
No.
never did.
Never did.
The internet will tell you it never did. Just like the internet will tell you that Sinbad was never a genie.
Yo, but honestly, the internet has only been
Didn't the
around.
Hypnotic have a
Like,
Q
we
in it
can't
too?
go
It had a Q
off
in
of
it too.
It was
everything
something like
the
that.
internet
It was a
says.
Q or a
The
Y.
internet-
Whatever
It
it
had a
is,
Q
it's
in
not
it.
there.
Definitely had a Q at the end.
Whatever it is, it's not there anymore.
It had a Q at the end. Don't tell me I'm tripping. It didn't have a Q at the
I
end.
believe it had a Q.
It definitely had a Q at the end.
I think it was the Y.
It was not a C.
It was
There was,
either the
there was
Y.
a Y and a Q. I
It
think.
wasn't hypnotic with a
I know.
C.
No, it was with a Q, and it was with a Y. But Google it right now. One of those is going to show you that it never existed that way.
Listen,
Yep.
I'll throw this phone.
Like, I'm
He's like, you know how many Incredible
bugging.
Hulks I had in my life?
Hypnotic, I thought.
to go a little bit further with this Mandela effect, I'm into boxing. Like I'm really into boxing. Like I've been into boxing for like 20 something years. So I watch a lot of the old
Whoa,
fights.
wait.
I watch a
Never.
lot of the old fights, and
Fucking with you, right?
there's some times that I watch the
has a
fight
P.
and I rewatch them, and it's an entirely different fight than from what I remember it. Like and that's just one
Digitally
example.
remastered.
And nobody
Right,
could
James?
find
HP?
bottles from back in the day.
HP.
There was
on.
definitely not HP.
It was
There
definitely
was-
HIP.
it wasn't HP.
HYP.
There was definitely a Y in there.
There was a Y in there. Definitely there was a Y.
Find the bottle.
I'm telling you, man. The Mandela
Find the
effect
bottle.
There was a
captured
Y. I remember getting drunk off of that, man.
But this is the part where I don't think it's like, I'm not going to some overall, like, certainly not no alternate universe type fucking conspiracy. My thing is that it is the fucking internet. I will only put this information out there. I will delete every record of every other piece of that information that contradicts it.
I'm trying to find a rap
And the more
picture.
that people look at it repetitively, you'll just forget. You'll forget that Hypnotic had an I or a Y in it.
And it's not popping
I
up.
think you should.
Yeah, but Sinbad is going out saying to people, "I'd never starred as a genie."
I swear
Seriously.
he was a fucking genius.
I swear to God,
There's
he was
even a
genie.
commercial about it.
I
I don't remember him
it.
being a genie.
Shaq. Not
Shaq,
Sinbad.
Yeah, Shaq
yeah,
was. Yeah,
Shaq
Shaq
was-
was-
Kazam, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like 80s.
Oh, all I know is that what we better never forget is that Derrick Jaxn is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And you
Fuck that
lie.
guy.
You lie and you put every man in any relationship in a compromising position with your bullshit.
For real.
And now that you said that real
Bullshit.
quick, I don't want to leave that real quick because I'd seen something on Twitter a couple days ago. Was it a couple days ago? I think so. And I don't know if the woman was specifically talking about this situation, but she did bring up a point that had me thinking. And I'm going to paraphrase it because I don't remember exactly what it was. But basically what she's saying is it time to say that cheating is abuse?
No.
I
thought that. And then I thought about what I did to
Depending
my
on
ex.
how it is. It can be abuse.
And the torturous, I get, what's the word I'm looking for?
That should sound like punishable by.
But it doesn't have to
man.
be. It doesn't have to be
Time
physical.
in jail.
Listen.
So they said domestic
so-
violence.
Wait a minute. But think about the torture that I put this girl through because of something that I could have possibly did. Like she went through a whole process.
Abuse
of,
is not physical anyway.
right.
It's not
that's
only
what-
physical.
That's what I'm saying. So, and I don't know if that's how they're thinking it, but I think that that's a very valid point. It's like, yo, it's cheating abuse.
No. She decided to go into a relationship. If she knows the history of relationships end horribly. A lot of the times.
You're victim blaming.
Horribly.
You're victim blaming.
I feel
You gotta be
confident
careful.
now.
Every single one of my past relationships
Yours.
ended.
You got,
okay.
but you also got to be careful of victim
Listen,
blaming.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
All I'm saying is that if you look at the history of relationships throughout human history, you will see that relationships go through turmoil.
Yep.
Right? Call it what you want. They go through turmoil. They go through ups, downs, and most of them don't make it happen. As a matter of fact, some of them get married, right? They go through this thing called marriage, and 69% of them shits fucking fail, right? So it gets to that point. So knowing that history, if you're walking into a relationship,
Pretty much know that you can, yeah.
but
chances
not
are it's
everybody
gonna-
walks into it with that.
Everybody
believing-
walks into it think that there's
hope for the
it's gonna
best,
bring-
prepare for the worst. You know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
goes
Like,
into it thinking
Not
that
everybody.
This is gonna be,
Why would you get into a
Nah,
relationship if
bro.
you're preparing for the worst?
There is
I won't commit to it.
No
That's a very
way.
good point.
then don't commit.
That's a very good
No,
point.
but I'm saying
There's
people
no
usually go.
way.
You can't
know
t-
yourself, man.
No,
You know what I'm
but you would. Then that's saying people don't go into a relationship feeling like it's gonna work, right? So everybody's just walking into a relationship like,
Oh, I'm going to break
you
up.
know, we're gonna break up one day.
No,
no.
That's what you're saying.
No, you have to go into a
You're-
relationship
right.
knowing that you have to work,
Right.
even through
Correct.
that
No,
bullshit
that's
that
not
comes
what I'm
with it.
saying. What Cabo would it sound like you were saying is that if you know the history of relationships, then you should know they're gonna fail.
No.
Not
That's
fail.
not,
There will
no,
be
no,
failure
no,
involved.
Let me. I'll say it again because that's not what I'm saying.
I understood you. Make it
I'm
understand.
saying if you know the history of relationships, then you know that there's going to be turmoil. Call it what you want. Now,
yeah.
in that turmoil, you are going to have to figure out how strong am I to deal with the turmoil.
If I want to.
If I want to
you
deal with
yeah,
it.
right.
If you don't want to deal with it, or if you can't deal with it, or if that crosses lines or boundaries that you have set for yourself, then you should use that. And what I mean by prepare for the worst is not, please use my words as like don't add strength to my words. All I'm saying is that prepare for the worst. You should be thinking to yourself, I have these boundaries. Once you cross these boundaries, I've prepared myself to leave this situation because you crossed that boundary. Or I've prepared myself to maybe talk to you about
let my
what's
hand get
going on.
clasped.
Let my hand get clasped in the videos. You know what I'm saying? Like prepare yourself to know how you're going to deal with the situation, even if it does cause emotional discontent. Even if it does cause, sometimes it goes beyond that, right? Sometimes it's like, yo, I don't want you to cheat on me. And then the motherfucker puts his hands on me.
Right. It's even worse.
That's even worse.
That's
That's
worse
even-
than
I
cheating
got-
on. Yeah.
So it's that type of shit, right? It's the turmoil. You gotta prepare for the worst basically means prepare for the relationship. The relationship is going to bring turmoil. You're going to have to work through it.
What we're not going to do is put cheating in some kind of criminal
No.
civil
Abuse is not a crime.
offense.
Abuse is not only criminal.
We're not talking about. I'm not talking criminal.
Is criminal.
I'm not talking about.
No, it's
Abuse. You're talking about abuse.
not. People drug abuse.
Well,
That's not criminal.
I think there's certain things. I think there's certain
If you're a
things,
drug addict, it's not criminal that you abuse drugs.
It's not until you get caught with the
In
drugs.
this
Right.
day
So
and
abuse is
age-
not a criminal
in
act.
this day-
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Just
So-
want to make sure
I can
we-
verbally abuse you. That's not a criminal act.
But it is.
Verbal abuse?
Of course. Verbal abuse leads to mental
Verbal
abuse,
abuse is
mental
abuse in the word.
Assault is just the thought of feeling attacked. It's not physically being hit.
I know that. That's
So
what,
if
all
you're
I'm saying
verbally
is-
abusing me,
Right.
I can consider that assault.
But
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I just don't want cheating to ever be involved with something that Deshaun Watson right now. You know what I mean? With the civil allegations,
No, I
right?
know.
But now it's just
But it's also like
he,
it sounds
he
like we're
cheated
trying
on
to-
me. I want to sue him for the emotional distress that it caused me
Right.
for being cheated on. No.
Right.
It's
there's
never be
certain
brought
things-
up in the court of law.
there's certain things that you got to chalk up to the game, though, right?
But also, let's not
Gotta
validate.
pay to play.
Let's not sit here and validate cheating either.
Like you gotta learn, like the
Yeah,
cheater learns too,
yeah.
right? Like the person that cheated knows, all right, maybe I shouldn't do that next time because it has these freaking consequences that I didn't really think about, and you grow from that because you gotta understand, man.
Shit,
that
a lot
men-
of motherfuckers cheat. Know
Yeah,
the
some
consequences.
people are serial
Yeah,
cheaters.
yeah,
Yeah, some
yeah,
people,
right,
they
yeah.
just that's in the DNA. But most sane people, when they hurt somebody like that, they stop it, man.
And I'm not qualifying cheating. I think
right,
so.
right.
I think that's
Same here.
I'm
Right.
not
But
qualifying.
The
that
only
shit
one
at
that
all.
qualifies is the
Like-
one that continues to get cheated
Like
on.
Dominican culture, you know what I mean? Like growing up, like my father was like, listen, man, if a chick comes up, like you better not say no. You can't be what we used to call we say palomo, right?
Can't
Which
be
is like a sucker, you know what I mean? So you're gonna do it, you know what I mean? Because you know if the temptation is there and she's like willing, then you got to do it. You can't be a sucker in the streets, you know. So I
And
don't
so
know.
much of Dominican culture is like you don't want to be the sucker.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
at
but
all
that's
costs,
you're basing
you
that off
don't-
of.
But also-
you don't want to be the sucker. in
But also,
Dominican
and this is
culture.
just from me being part of like doing victim advocacy work, right? You can't tell the one that's being abused that they're not being abused,
Right.
Because
Right.
you're victim blaming, right? You're saying so if I say if the victim says I've been abused, you can't say, well, I only cheated on you,
Unless they haven't been abused.
Well,
Right.
but can I tell you that you're choosing to be abused? To
No,
Dave's
you
point
can't.
about no,
You can't.
To Dave's point about like, all right, you can expect the worst. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. All right, I've found out you will cheat on me. That is a form of abuse for me. I did it. Right? That's it. I did it. But if I choose to continue to deal with a person I know that is cheating on me, then can I not tell you that you are accepting the
But look
abuse?
at
That-
domestic violence
I think-
relationships, right? There's abuse in that, right?
I don't want to go to
Let-
DV. DV's way different. That's a criminal offense. And we just said that this cheating
It's
is not a criminal
because there's
offense.
different levels of domestic violence. So it's not only criminal offense, right? Not everything is criminal, right? Because they said anybody in a relationship, right? If I'm controlling over your phone, let me see your phone, give me your passcode. I want to look in it every time.
Yeah.
That's domestic violence. It's not a criminal offense, but it's domestic violence, right? And that's a type of abuse.
It's abuse.
But are you choosing now to
Let me-
give
let me
them my
finish.
phone?
Let me finish. Right, and they say it takes, just like a drug addict, right? It takes somebody in recovery several times to leave or go into recovery and be fully clean. It's the same thing in domestic violence. It takes 7 times because psychologically something's wrong, right? Obviously, you go into a mental state where, for whatever reason, there's kids involved, I stay in there, or because of my past experiences, that I watched my father beat my mom, and my mom said he does that because he loves me, and so now I carry that onto my relationship, right? And so when we get into this idea of saying, well, you stayed, so you accepted that abuse, you're blaming that person for somebody else's actions that are wrong.
I don't know if that's blaming. I don't know if that's just not how is that not stating
Stating what?
the fact that you've considered this abuse and you decided to stay.
Because there's something, right? We talk about mental health people.
See, but to me, that's an assumption now.
No, that's actual facts.
No.
There's research behind it.
The assumption that I stayed because I have some past traumatic event.
No, there's actual research behind
There's
that.
maybe I know there's research, but then maybe there's something that that makes that person want to stay. That's like,
I'm also asking why are we arguing against this?
I just want to know.
Like, why are we arguing
I
against
just want to
a
know
piece
at
of
what
shit
point.
anyway.
Yeah, fuck this guy. But I just want to know at what point is
Stockholm
the victim.
syndrome is a real thing, right?
Yeah,
it is
Yeah.
a real
I
thing.
believe it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it is.
What
We're
is that?
talking.
What's
We're
Stockholm
talking about like really
Trauma
intense.
is trauma.
But
Trauma
that's
is trauma.
trauma.
Trauma is trauma.
Trauma.
But how are you going to
Listen.
tell somebody what trauma is to them?
All right, trauma's trauma, but
True story.
At what point do you
can't
take
tell me
accountability?
what my trauma
But
is.
at what
There's a
point do you take
caveat to this.
accountability for it?
I know somebody else that was dating this girl, and she came from an abusive background, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say she liked for him to be rougher with her than like would be like the social norm. Like that's what she preferred.
She asked for that.
Like that's her thing. That
Right,
was her
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like you can't be her man if you're not
Right.
coming that way. If you look at it from the outside looking in,
Absolutely.
though that's abuse, bro. That's
Right.
straight up abuse.
Right.
So like, where do we toe the line? Where's the line?
Right.
Well,
where's the line? Because there's a line somewhere.
She
Where
actually
is that
said,
line?
she says, I want that, right? Give me that. That's what I want, or I don't want you, right? I think that's somebody being submissive to that, saying, I'm asking for that, right? I'm asking to be choked. I'm asking to be slapped, right? And we can also, that's violent. It's still
It is
violent
violent.
regardless.
I'm not,
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm not advocating
Right?
that.
And so, like you said,
It's
So
Sexy
are we
as shit.
saying that the
That could be
omission of
sexy,
that
too. That doesn't have to be
statement that I want this?
you gotta get that on paper
makes it-
now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what you're saying.
How do I know
Right.
that you don't
Right.
want me
Everybody's
to
having
be
a good
that
time.
overprotective dude to ask you for your phone? How do I know that you don't want that? Like, yo, I asked you for your phone because I want your phone. How do I know you don't want that? Does she have to make the statement, I don't want to do this? Or this is okay with me? Like, how as...
that statement can go many places. Because you're talking about, so you can
I'm
talk
just
about
asking a
rape,
question. He said,
right?
he said
So
toe the line. He
Right.
said toe the line, right?
Right.
So if what most would consider violent is what she wants, and she says, I want that, then it's okay. No problem.
She consented to it.
She consented to it.
Right.
Now, another person who doesn't say, I consent or I don't consent, we just automatically assume she's being abused. Because
Nobody
this is
said
not... No, what we say is that the person who's like asking for the phone, I'm asking for the phone, I'm asking for the phone, that's abuse. But she has not said whether or not she likes it or she doesn't like it.
Right.
But the assumption is, but that's abuse.
That's not
Why?
the assumption. No, they're saying that because they was talking about relationships where people have problems with their significant other always asking for their phone. And they're just saying that because they're doing that and that person doesn't like it, that's where the domestic violence comes in.
I don't think that's a bad. I think whoever's asking for that phone, if they're in a relationship, if you agree to be in that relationship, that's part of like the social agreement of that relationship.
Until you say,
Bullshit.
don't ask me for my phone.
If y'all living together, yes.
Don't ask me for my phone.
Yeah, you gotta like.
When you
yo,
say don't ask me for
if
my
that's
phone
what it is,
and then I grab
because
for
if
it?
he grabs, if she gives the phone and he sees something that he doesn't like, and whatever it is his line for him to get out of there, and he sees that in that phone, then that's fair play.
No, you're not going through
I don't go through
That's
phones.
fair play. I don't go through it either, but if that's what they're doing.
No, if that's the agreement, like we like if I say, with the significant other, here's a passcode to my phone, I gave you a license to not saying that doesn't even say you can go through my phone when you want to. But here, if it's gonna prove that we're secure in our relationship.
I'm gonna tell you like this: if she says that's abusive for him to go over the phone, then she should just leave the relationship.
She should make the statement. No,
She
I'm
should
not
just
giving
say,
up
you know
my
what?
phone.
I don't.
Right.
This. I don't like this part of the relationship. I should get out of there.
I think I like both. I think label it abuse, emotional abuse,
Right.
and get the fuck out. I was emotionally abused,
but we know
because of whatever.
Absolutely,
So
I'm
I'm
with
out.
that. Yeah,
But we-
But he's
maybe
saying
that's her line.
she stays.
But we've seen this story play out, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen people stay in relationships. We know there's old school relationships that are not happy marriages, and the wife or the husband, whoever it may be, stays in that relationship. There's gotta be a reason, right?
Yeah.
I want to encourage people to leave abusive relationships.
Comfort
if that's what we're
zone,
doing, let's encourage people
Social
to leave.
issues, mental
right.
issues.
Let's
children.
encourage people to leave abusive relationships, but I'm not willing to say because you don't leave a relationship, you accepted that abuse.
I don't think anybody should go outside of the relationship and make rules in that relationship.
well,
outside of
100%.
Yeah, like
Oh,
if I'm a third person, I don't get to make
absolutely.
rules between
Nah,
these
I
two
just want to
people.
make sure
Hell no.
that we
If
tie
that's
this.
between them.
We tie this back to Alex's original statement, and I don't want you, my brother, to think that you have taken on some form of abuser for the potential of cheating. You didn't even actually do anything.
That's not abuse, bro.
So
His
I
circumstances
don't even
different.
want you to even like consider you
Unless you're not
yourself
telling us
as an
everything.
abuser, despite whatever emotional turmoil she went through as a result of your actions or lack thereof. That's fine. But if we tie it all back, I know we went around a lot.
Alex is an abuser.
Yeah, no. No, I just want to make sure.
I
Like,
pray Jess is not watching this, and
Yo,
she's like, "You
fucking
all
abuser,
pieces
dog.
of shit."
He's a piece of shit.
Fucking
Yeah.
piece of shit abuser.
Except me.
hey, you know what? I'm
started
fine
the
with
conversation.
that. I have no problem with her knowing exactly where I stand on it because was it fucked up? Did it hurt? Agreed. Is Al an abuser?
No, but I mean, I think you're taking it, and I don't know how the woman meant it because I can't read through context through tweets. But in the way that I read it is like, I did cause some emotional pain.
You will do that in every relationship. You're supposed to.
Are you?
100%.
You're supposed to
This
cause.
guy's like
It's not about whether or not you're
Savage.
supposed to or not.
That's
It
because
is
he does it all the time.
no.
That's why.
It is because you
Consistent.
are a human. You are guaranteed to disappoint. Not just the person that you're with, your son, your brother, your sister. It is the pursuit of perfection is wasted energy.
Hey, David, we've known each other our entire lives. Have I ever caused you any emotional pain?
He's causing me emotional pain right now.
Yeah, one time you called my mother a bitch, but that really happened too, by the way. But
See?
The way
abuse,
that came out, you've been holding on to it, waiting for that question.
He
That
let it
came out
go. He
fast.
let it go though. He's
No, he
over
asked
it.
me.
He's,
I remember
He
when
knows.
I've been abused.
That's what I'm saying.
And he let it go. But he let it go and decided to stay in this brotherhood. Okay, he done with it.
Abuse
not real.
means abuse means when you use something to I'm gonna say cause bad effect or for a bad purpose. That's definition number one. Definition number two is to treat a person or an animal with cruelty or violence, especially regularly or repeatedly.
It's not abuse.
Yeah, because it's not repeated.
You got to tell me what the cruelty was. Self
Yeah,
pleasure.
for his situation. If we're going off his situation, then no. But
Is his situation to you? Was what he was doing for a bad effect or for a bad purpose?
he didn't do anything.
Well, it depends on perspective.
Well, yes, absolutely.
In her mind, yeah. In
Yes.
his mind, it was like self.
No, it's not
Self-benefit.
that. In his own
You
mind,
don't
it
know the
wasn't
story.
himself.
You don't know.
Well, and it's good that I don't.
They
It's
went
good
together.
that I don't.
No. Let's highlight. Let's highlight. A text was found.
Right.
Yeah, it's good that
Somebody
I don't.
found the text. Right? We don't have to get into it. Somebody found the text. So if your girl found the text, is that used for a bad effect or bad purpose, or is it?
There's no intent.
Are you treating her cruelly
There was
or
no intent.
violently,
There-
especially?
I don't want to
regularly
dig
or
into
repeatedly?
Alex's.
no malicious.
I don't.
That's why I said you. Are you treating? I'm away from Alex.
Right.
Your girl found the text.
No maliciousness. No intent. I didn't intend for you to find that. Certainly.
I know. I've cheated. I knew it was bad.
No, you
Let's
knew
go
it
around
was
the- let's go
going
around
to
the
be
room.
bad
Let's go
if you
around the
got
room. Let's
caught.
go
No.
around the room.
No, I knew exactly what the fuck
You
I was
cheated.
doing.
Have you cheated before?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you cheated before?
Perspective. Have I ever stuck my P in another V while I'm in a relationship? No. Have I texted other women while I'm in a
That's
relationship?
the worst abuser.
Yes.
All right, it's still cheating. To somebody that's still cheating. Have you cheated before?
Yeah.
Have you cheated before?
Nigga, if cheating was a crime, I'd have been dead 6 years ago. Capital punishment. Okay. By the definition of cheating.
Yes.
Have you cheated?
Yes.
I've cheated before. So we got 6 guys in here.
We all pieces of
Abusers.
shit.
No, we're not pieces. We're all just men. We're just guys, man.
No, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't wanna
we're
go there.
just guys.
I want to say
We're
immature.
canceled.
I want to say immature.
Listen,
I want to say we
listen.
were
Because
all
women cheat.
We're never
immature
gonna
men.
get hit. We're never
No.
gonna get
I
what
want to
we
say we
wanna
were
be as
all
men.
immature men.
James,
And we don't have honest
when you say that,
conversations.
because
We're gonna have.
Women do cheat,
So
but
do
they
you
don't
say-
cheat.
do you
But
do-
I bet if you put 6 women in
It's
the
mature.
same room,
All 6 of them cheated.
It's
All
still
6 of them
cheating.
cheated.
It's still
All
cheating,
6 of them
regardless
cheated.
of why
All 6
they
of them
cheated.
I'm telling you, it's
'Cause people always
maturity.
say women cheat for emotional
maturity.
purposes.
All 6 of them
Still
cheated.
cheating.
You know,
Yeah.
but the thing is that men,
maybe.
like,
I don't think so.
We like to brag about that.
I don't
shit.
think
like
so.
women
I think-
are more like concealed
100%.
You think so?
about cheating.
I think
You think so?
Yeah,
me
but-
personally,
You
I
think
think
so?
I think
Well,
when a woman
you
is
know
in a
what I'm saying?
Because I know
committed
women
relationship, she's not
who
gonna
Right.
talk about it.
Absolutely not.
But we'll tell one dude and be like, "Yo, don't say nothing," and then that dude goes and he gets,
Women
he
do the
gets
same
going.
shit. How you think shit gets back to people?
Yeah.
No, true,
I-
but I
I
think
think-
they're a little bit more.
I don't think
discreet
I don't think
about it.
cheating is a gender thing. I think it is a maturity
I think
thing.
it's a gender
At
thing.
one point in
not.
time,
I
no.
disagree.
At some
disagree.
point in time,
Shit.
you start to
I disagree.
you start
bro.
to calculate the balance of
I
what an
disagree.
act.
You don't think women
can re-
cheat?
No,
I
no.
think they
Oh, yeah.
cheat, but
It's- oh, yeah.
I think they're not as apt to cheat. They don't cheat. They
Yo,
don't cheat as
bugging,
often,
bro.
And
You know-
they
you
don't
wanna know
cheat
why?
for- and
Lori
they don't
Harvey.
cheat- and they don't cheat for the same reason.
They are so good.
It's
You
still
are
cheating.
not
That's what I'm
serious.
saying.
What's the greatest
so
trick
good
the devil
that
ever
shit-
pulled?
Yo, that's so good. You're not
Making the
seeing
world
this
believe
shit,
they
dog.
didn't exist.
No.
100%.
For
bro.
example, I think that if a woman, I could be wrong. I
You
could
don't
be wrong.
believe in black men don't cheat, but you do believe in women don't cheat.
No, I think
Get
women
the
cheat.
fuck
I
outta
think women
here.
cheat. I think women cheat that with people that they don't love. If a man, if she don't love that, if she don't love him, she'll cheat on him. But if she loves him, she ain't gonna cheat on him. That's
Again,
what I believe.
I don't think love
That's what I
matters.
believe.
I think it's a maturity
That's what I
thing, bro.
believe.
Where it's like
Whereas a man will still cheat even if he loves her.
no. Again,
But there's
up-
also levels
up
to
into
love.
a point of his
I
maturity.
love,
think-
I love
I think
Alex.
most- I
I don't
think
love
most-
Alex. I don't love my. I
think
don't love
most
my kid's
dudes-
mother like I love Alex.
I think we are pre-programmed
Nah.
on a genetic
Nah,
level
yeah,
to
I mean-
want to freaking impregnate as many women as possible.
Oh, no, I got two.
Anyway,
I got two
Do,
kids.
do you think
I got
that? Do you think that cheating starts with the male or the female?
I don't know where it starts.
Huh?
You think that it starts with the male or the female? The
Does it
cheating.
start with the
It depends on the relationship.
I think guys are way more apt to cheat. I think guys are way more.
I think you're.
I think.
I ain't
I
fucking
think
with you
guys-
right now.
I think
You know what's
men-
mad funny?
men
You know what's
are
mad
way
funny,
more
James?
apt to cheat.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I just sat on a fucking soapbox and I was like, "Yeah, if cheating was a crime, I'd have been dead 6 years ago." You know how many women I've cheated with that were in relationships?
Ask your girl how
Yeah.
many.
And did any of them love their man?
Ask your girl.
Kids,
Does-
married.
It doesn't matter.
They
Kids
said they
married-
did.
James,
No,
does your,
they
Still
ain't
with
let
him
They ain't
after.
let them.
does your wife have an Instagram?
Still probably with him today.
Does your wife have an Instagram?
Yeah,
Ask her how many DMs she's gotten.
I know how many.
How many
I
have
look
you?
at-
How
That nigga's
many
like,
have
"Yo,
you
give me
gotten?
that phone."
I look
How many
at
have you
them.
gotten? How many have you
She
gotten?
don't
though?
delete him.
How many have you
She
gotten?
don't
though?
delete him.
Huh?
How many have you
I
gotten?
get them.
She
No,
don't
no,
delete
no.
him.
But compared to hers.
She don't
She
delete him.
gets more. Absolutely, she gets more.
So think about
the variability
so
factor.
take that variable and take that
But-
outside of your relationship and look at it from a larger scale.
I understand what you're saying. I really do. I understand what you're saying. A woman's gonna get way more attention from a man than a man could get from women. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
A
like
woman-
that. No,
a
I'm
woman- a woman's Instagram or whatever, the inbox, or whatever,
Right,
is gonna
absolutely.
be way more full of with bullshit. It doesn't. It's always gonna be there. It's always gonna be there. However, if a woman is really into her man, she's not gonna step out. She's listen.
it's not
At the end of the day, a man can have sex 31 days out of the month. A woman can only do
Shit,
that.
I ain't got them kind of knees no more.
If you're healthy and you're eating right.
Wait a minute.
I don't
A
know
woman
about
can only
y'all.
do that for 3 weeks. Why only 3 weeks?
I mean, you taking it that 4th week?
You don't have towels?
I'm
towels, though?
I'm not fucking with it that 4th week.
You may not be, but
Somebody is.
she's trying to.
That might be the whole grounds for cheating.
That's
She's
good.
tryna-
Good
she's
for
tryna
you.
beat.
Good for you. Good for you.
Nah.
More power
Nah,
to you.
you bugging. You better put your hand down, bud. You bugging, my nigga.
More power to you. I'm not fucking with it that 4th week.
He with that.
I'm not fucking with it. I'm not. Listen.
They said
and-
if it's in the shower, it's different.
Damn.
All of these urban legends.
they're
all I'm saying,
incriminating
look, I'm not
themselves.
disagreeing with you.
Oh, no, I'm fine
only
with
on one point.
Listen.
One point, James, where I'm like, you equate the probability of cheating to love. That's fine.
If a woman
I
loves her man,
equate it
she's not
to
cheating on him.
maturity, where when a woman realizes that she is secure, she's happy, her needs are being met, physically, financially, emotionally, they are less inclined to cheat.
Maybe
I don't think that's
encapsulating
love.
all of that in love.
listen,
In love, that's what it is.
Maybe
You're
I'm
encapsulating
encapsulating all of that in love.
But she's mature enough to realize that I have everything that I need and I
Fuck
want.
maturity.
so I
People
don't
have
need to
sex
do it.
addictions.
That is a thing.
That's not somebody.
No, that part is true.
Yeah,
but
but-
if you have a sex addiction, if you're a real person with a sex addiction, and
A real person or a fake person? What the hell?
if you're a person with a real sex addiction,
Yeah.
and I have taken the time to invest in you, I know that about you. So I already know that this isn't an exclusive thing. This is we're swingers type
But if I
shit.
call you my lady, right? And
No, you can still be my lady and we swing. It's not cheating if I'm telling you can fuck other people.
right. That's your situation, right? But I'm pretty sure.
No, not mine. Hold on, my nigga. Shit. Hold on.
No. Your example, my fault. Your example, but we can't think there's not a man in a relationship with a woman who has a sex addiction, and he's thinking that she's not going to go out on him.
See, you brought it full circle. So now, if I'm a man who has dedicated his time and energy into loving this woman, and I know she has a sex addiction, when she cheats, it is not abuse. I signed up for this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what you're getting into with something like that? Absolutely.
So abuse is like it's not a cookie cutter.
No,
Right,
we
right.
found many ways to
Right,
define
that's
abuse.
what I'm saying. Yeah, but
My thing
I was just talking about that. People cheat and still stay in relationships.
They do.
Reem proved it.
Damn.
it took a lot of work.
No,
Took
he
a lot of
did. He
work.
said the women he was messing with was married. They're still married.
100%.
Yep.
They know the husband knows.
Why would that?
That's not my business.
Yeah.
See, that's what it is.
It's not my business.
I gotta get the other side
I
because
don't-
they're
I
still in
don't know.
relationships. But does he know in this?
Why you need to know the other side? She cheated.
I don't know.
Because I don't know. You're saying that they're still in a relationship. If he knows,
Would you know?
She cheated though, James.
huh?
Would you
I
know?
Yeah, I would know.
That's so. Then I'll
would
just
find-
judge
I would
everything
know.
on
But
that.
she cheated, regardless of she loves the man, doesn't love him. She cheated.
Well, listen. Like,
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either.
You wouldn't know.
Cause I'm building tables, nigga.
I got shit to do, dog.
I would
I
find
hope she's
out.
having a good time.
Shit would come out. Shit would come. It would come out. It would be like
eventually.
even
Yeah,
without
there'll be a
looking
slip up.
for it. Even
Yo,
without looking
I
for it, it would
really
come
think
out.
that you are underplaying the power of
yes.
female manipulation, bro. like they. And this is no
No.
disrespect
Men
to
cheat,
women
women
at
cheat.
all,
No,
but
women
everybody.
cheat. Like I'm not kidding myself with that.
Yeah.
I'm just think
That's-
that if you are doing what you're supposed to do as a man and you checking all the boxes,
Yeah.
that's not happening.
What,
Can you check all the- can you
what Chris
possibly
Rock
check
said?
all the
Yeah,
boxes?
you can
Yo,
check all the
remember
boxes.
what
Listen,
Chris Rock said?
I'm gonna tell you something, man, and this is something that's bothering me, and this is something that
Scott
Yo.
Derrick fucked your life up.
no, not even like.
Nah, he's saying
I feel like
Derrick
I feel
Jaxn
like-
was good
I
for
feel
him.
like
He's
men,
talking now.
I feel like men right now, man, like you just so fucking used to just fucking taking your lot in life, my man. Yo, she wants to follow you. She does. She wants to follow, but she has to have something to follow.
Agreed.
You got to be a respectable, honorable man for her to follow you.
Fit the needs.
Like you got to do all those things. She wants to. She doesn't want to look to another man. She wants to look to you.
Yeah.
You just got to fit the bill.
Agreed.
All you got to do is check the boxes, man. Be that. Wake up early. Read your books. Have some knowledge to give to her. Give her the right amount of love. Do the right things, and she's gonna do because she's pre-programmed to do that.
Yeah.
Just like you're pre-programmed to.
That's
do
know
not.
about
That's
that
not all.
program.
That's not all women though.
I
That's not
disagree
all
with that
women.
That's all
wholeheartedly.
women.
I don't know about
No,
that
I know a
Yeah.
lot
All
of
women.
I know a lot of women that are not like that at all.
Yeah.
She ain't got the man in front of her to do that.
I don't know, man.
If you are,
So you
listen,
put-
I'm gonna tell you like
so-
this. You're different. You're
Yeah.
a different person around different people.
Now we're
I
saying
feel
that
like-
women. Now we're saying women
So
need
James,
men.
you're putting,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So James, you're putting,
I do believe that.
but,
That's not what I'm
but
saying.
James, you're putting, so
Not
now you're
men,
putting people in one box.
whatever your
We need each
sexual
other.
preference
We need each
is.
other.
You put
Right.
one-
But
I
if you
know
don't, if you don't want men, then I'm not saying you need a man.
You're
If you're
putting,
like
so you're putting people in a box to say that if you check all the boxes, women are gonna follow that,
alpha,
right?
I do agree with that.
We're gonna get
There
canceled.
is an alpha and there is a beta.
I can't
in
speak for
any sexual
Neither can I.
relationship,
Right.
right?
If you
There's
check
an
all
alpha
the
and a beta.
boxes,
If you
she's gonna
check
follow
all
you.
the
Nobody
boxes,
can possibly check all the boxes.
All right.
That's
And it-
perfect. Then you're perfect.
You're not perfect.
no.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to check the boxes.
What are the boxes then?
Like you said,
No, I'm really out because I want to know what are the boxes.
Read a book.
reliability,
Right.
Dependability.
So now you're saying that women can't be independent.
That's not
No,
what James is
I'm
telling
not. I'm
you.
not
That's
saying
exactly what you're saying.
No,
I'm not
I'm
saying
not.
that she can't.
You gotta
No,
listen.
bro,
You
you're
gotta
reading
listen.
too much into it.
It's what I have to be. It's not what she is or isn't. It's what I have to be.
doesn't matter what she is.
I have to be reliable.
Doesn't matter what she is.
I have to be dependable.
What are
I
you?
have to be responsible.
Okay.
I have to provide intellectual property, financial property, spiritual,
She wants to
emotional.
look to you,
Is it-
bro.
And if I do that, and
I
I'm not
promise
saying
you
as
she
a
wants to
man
look
or
to
a
you.
woman,
Yeah.
I'm just saying as an alpha.
She don't want to look to
As
nobody
an
else.
alpha,
but
if
you.
I do that,
Yeah.
whoever my beta is will follow.
And I agree with that. No, so all I'm asking is that should that go unsaid or should that be communicated? Because I think that's why cheating happens, right? Just hear me out.
It took
cheating
me 39 years to
because
realize.
there's no communication.
It
right?
should be said.
And so some people do because of based on their life experiences, walk into relationships with the assumption that you should have all that. And the moment you don't have all that, like if the woman walks into a relationship with everything, feeling like everything Reem just said, that Reem should have, but never communicated to Reem, like, this is what I would like from you. The dependability, the reliability, all the things you said. And then the moment that Reem doesn't provide any of those things, she steps outside, right?
Yeah.
That's usually the breakdown, right? It's the communication in the assumption of, James, you should check all the boxes, but I never told you what those boxes are.
Don't fake
Yep.
the funk, B.
Right.
Like you
Yeah,
got.
I mean-
you got to be the real deal. Like,
No, but what I'm saying-
There's a
saying,
psychologist
like,
listening
you
to this
can't
conversation. They're fucking losing their
But
brain.
you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy though?
Losing their motherfucking minds.
What we say? We send our representatives, right? Those first 6 months, 7 months, nigga, we check all the boxes. I'm trying to get the pussy.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
check, right.
I mean, all the time.
And then you
We check all the
fall
boxes. I mean, all the
off.
time.
Yeah, we check all the
Right.
boxes.
Yeah.
Now I got the pussy.
Me too.
You know, we here now, but I'm not at that level of maturity where, oh, this is actually the woman that I want to check all the boxes for.
So how come why weren't you straight up the whole time? Why are you playing the game?
Oh, I'm pervert. You know what? I
And
prioritize my
and I appreciate
wants
the-
over my
Right.
true desires.
And I can respect somebody that admits that, right? Like, I knew
100%.
what I was going for in the beginning, and it might change, right? Like, I wanted the pussy. So I checked all the boxes to get it.
100%.
But now I like her.
Oh,
shit.
What the fuck?
now I need that. Now I need to know what her boxes really are.
It's a different set of boxes.
That shit happened.
That's why it lasted. That's why it lasted 4 years with dude.
Yep.
He was checking all those
Checks
boxes.
all the
Yeah.
boxes, right? And she was like, I kind of like this nigga.
Oh, Derrick J.
Derrick J.
DJ. All right. That's like, you checked all the boxes.
Yeah.
Right. Then nigga realized, like, I'm about to ruin my
I like
fucking
this, man.
marriage.
This is guy talk. I like this. This was guy talk. I like
Yeah,
it,
man. We need more of this.
I like
Yeah.
it, man.
I can't wait to hear what the females say about this.
I love it.
yeah,
You know what?
man.
You know.
Can't wait.
These are all
You know what?
cancels.
You know,
Can't
you know
wait.
what's funny?
You can't cancel me.
Go ahead,
I already stepped out.
And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. It's not fair.
Okay.
It's not fair. It's not fair because when a female goes through crisis, let's say when a female gets cheated on, she can go back and she could talk to auntie, mama, sister.
There's some cultural things involved.
She got
Emotional
a whole,
support.
She got a whole cushion to fall back on. When you're going through something as a man, you might have your moms. Maybe.
You might talk to your mans real
Yup,
quick,
real
but not
quick about
not
something.
fully.
Yup,
like
he might
dive
be
in
like-
because you know
exactly.
you want to cry a little bit.
Nah, that's y'all niggas. I'm like, fuck up.
But I think we can't. I think what we can't ignore is cultural, right? Culture,
Right.
Yeah.
right? Like you said, they said if a woman comes up to you and is like, "Here, you can have this,"
Oh, you need that
Yeah, you gotta do
machismo,
it.
huh? Oh, you need
you
that
better not turn it
bravado, huh?
down, married
Do
or
it.
not. You better go get right. And you can't ignore the culture behind certain things,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right or wrong, indifferent, whatever it may
And
be.
we're stepping. We're like, at least my generation is a generation that's one generation removed from a generation of people that were together and had second families, right? Like
Right.
my generation is the first generation of men that
don't.
don't do it like out in the open, openly have a second
Like guys
family.
would
You know what I'm
literally
saying?
go home to the one home
can't.
and then
You can't
leave
do
and
it
go to the
today.
second
You
home.
can't do that.
Right.
So it's tough
Who
to
can afford it?
It's tough as a
Can't do
as a culture to come out of that generation of men to then step into like Migz said, you have those are the fathers, right? Those are your grandfathers and your fathers talking about this is what you're supposed to do with women. Whereas we will not say those same words to our kids, but it's gonna take some time for that shit to flush.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Why what?
Why is it gonna take that much time? Because when I think
Because
about
humans,
that,
it takes a lot of time for humans to learn.
I won't speak for humans.
We're still playing on colors, though. We're still
I'll speak
white
for me.
Is right and black is white.
When I think about the generation
Still playing with
before
crayons.
us and then the generation before them, it was have as many children as you can, grow the biggest home you can so that you can fucking farm or shit like that. But in my current time, I see all disadvantages with having multiple families and multiple children spread out. Because I just don't have enough money. So this is the reason why,
land,
or land.
We don't have.
I don't see why it's taking us so long to realize that we have to convert.
I think that language changed though.
There's too many people.
I think the language changed more not so as families, right? Masculinity is proven by how many chicks you sleep with, right? That's what I was taught.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So your body count.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I told my son that.
And Reem, to your point, I didn't take long to change that.
There you go.
My son immediately, that shit is disgusting, right? Because it leads to what you just said, and
it just reduces opportunity.
Yeah, part of a boy, like there was a young men's group, right? It was boys to men. And, obviously it was young kids of this generation was just like, yo, you know how many Nikes? They was calling them Nikes. This was like 5-6 years ago. I'm like, what the fuck? I knew what a Nike is.
We was doing it. We did it. Our generation.
We didn't have phones.
No, but we had the body count though.
Right. So, but they still got the body count plus this, right? And so it was like,
might have only been 4 people that knew about the body count.
I also was trying to educate them. Send that to somebody and see what happens. You're going to jail.
Yeah.
Right? The moment you send that to somebody, you can go to jail.
What's a Nike?
Nudes.
Oh,
they call it naked.
Yeah, they call it naked.
This was like 6, 7.
I thought that was like
5,
body
6 years
count
ago.
person.
No.
I had another Nikki.
But this is how they get to the body count, right? And they said, "Mister, it's easy. Jump in the girl's DM, like a picture, keep liking the picture, be consistent with the likes, tell them they're cute. Bang, girl sends it." And I said, "What we see now."
So they getting credit for not actually beating?
No. They get to that part. They get to the body count, but this is how they get to the body count. By liking a picture, telling the girl she's cute in the DM, the girl sends a nude, they get the body. They have sex with the girl.
Again, I got a question.
That's
Why
so
would this woman do that?
It's so crazy, right?
But it's today's culture. It's today's climate.
today.
Because what was the documentary?
I
think we all watched it. It was about social media.
Social Dilemma.
Social Dilemma,
right?
Right? And how the girl on Social Dilemma, she took a selfie without a filter, and she got bad comments on the selfie without the filter. The moment she put a filter, she got 1,000 likes. Right? That's the climate we live in.
Fucking with your
even with guys like.
Right?
Boys post pictures and I watch it with my basketball players. They post a picture and they checking every 30 seconds to see how many likes they get. Yo, I'm at 500. What you at? Right? So that's the climate we live in.
That's not capitalism. That's emotional insecurity.
Right. Agreed. But that's the climate we live in. But the reason why I told my son that
capitalism is awesome.
It's kind of like, for me, just from my perspective and growing up, it's not cool to sleep with multiple women because this is where it can lead to. People ultimately believe. Let me finish. Okay. Right? It's not. If you're gonna do it, protect yourself. Right. If you're gonna do it, protect yourself. I'm also trying to teach him not to do like if you got a girlfriend. I also told him don't have a girlfriend because if that's where your life is gonna live, you'll be stressed. You'll be a little less stressed, right? It's not to say that those girls won't catch feelings that you're dealing with, but do it and protect yourself. But the reason why I'm saying don't go that route is because 1, catch a disease that you might not be able to get rid of. 2, we see in our communities and just from my work that I've done, the multiple households, right? The multiple broken households out the gate, right? Because of a man sleeping with multiple women or a woman sleeping with multiple men. Now you got multiple baby fathers or you got multiple kids' mothers. economically wise, it's not sustainable, right? It doesn't make sense. But the other part is that you have those broken households out the gate. Not intentionally, like you're not walking around saying I want to have a broken household, but you don't have that 2-parent household, right? And I'm not saying that happens even in good relationships, but why start out from the gate in that realm?
So
sorry, go ahead.
got it.
Oh, okay. So like for me,
I'm not judging how you.
No. Listen, I told my kid,
judgment.
listen, man, because he had a long-term girlfriend for a while and stuff. Real cool
Broke
kid.
his heart.
Yeah, well, it kind of went both ways and shit. But like for him, I was like, listen, just do you, man. Get it out of your system. You know what I mean? But don't get away from, like, if you find the one, identify that, but have fun. Get it out of your system. You know what I mean? Obviously get protected, because you don't want any diseases. I don't want to be a grandfather anytime soon either. But like for him, is like, he's having fun right now. You know what I mean? And get it out of your system.
I want to feed off of that because I think that in the U.S. is where we have this either positive or negative assumption about body count.
Well, you're calling it a body count. That's negative.
But in
Like
college,
dead.
right? So in Europe, right?
Killed that.
Killed that. But come on, man, give me a ham sandwich. Killed that. But like in Europe, right? And I didn't realize until I went to college, right? I met twins from Germany.
Damn.
It is not uncommon for a 19-year-old college student to already have had 20 to 30 sexual partners.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
The difference about it between what they're doing there, see, you say it's crazy. What they're doing there versus what we're doing here is we're looking for the clout behind it.
Right.
Like we're not protecting ourselves.
It becomes a social norm to fit in.
30 partners before 20 years old, no pregnancies at all. Right? And that's just happening. And these are just two German women who came over to the States and
but that's the culture, right? Respecting the culture, right? And understand. I think what happens is when we hear that as Americans, right? But we don't understand the culture.
I don't think anybody at this table could be like,
no, not just that. I'm saying you have people like before 21, you had 30 sexual partners.
Bro.
I'm not.
Before 21.
Listen,
1998 was a wild year. 1998 was a wild year.
You're not the average citizen, Reem.
I'm just saying. But I was so relieved to meet that. I was like, I should be in Europe. The U.S. doesn't deserve me. But I think that, again, along the cultural aspects of it, is that we've glorified the count, and then we've also demonized the opposite for like women, where it's like, oh, you could have 30 by 21. Niggas be like, you the man. She has 30 by 21. It's like, ho.
Right.
Whereas in Europe,
I don't
it's
agree
just
with
a
that at
natural
all.
practice where it's like, yo, you can fuck whoever you want to fuck. Just be responsible, have a good time, go the fuck home.
Yeah.
You ain't
And
breaking
I'm
up
fine
happy
with that.
homes. You ain't.
I'm agree with that.
To Migz's point about his son, it's like, hey, have a good fucking time.
Right.
But when you find that one
Like Kava said,
that you
live
think
life.
you want to take seriously, then at least put
Right.
all your cards on the table.
Be prepared
You
for that
gotta be
opportunity.
100%
Let it know.
honest.
Right.
Be prepared for that
Wait,
opportunity.
when you get the one that you want to spend the rest of it, you be 100%. Keep it a buck. When
Yeah.
you,
I'm glad
when
you didn't finish that sentence about rest of.
No, when you
Because
feel
they be the rest of my 20s.
like if you want to build you get to a certain point after a while where you want to build something and you need like somebody there. Like you can't be jumping
Maturity.
around.
Listen,
You need somebody-
trying
you
to
need
bounce
somebody
around,
there.
if people are not going to admit it, that shit is fucking stressful.
Yeah.
It's not stressful. It's just hard work.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just hard work. It's not stressful.
I mean, the thing with me, with my message with my kid is like, I did a lot of shit early. You know what I mean? And then like, I got married early. Dave was my best man. Sorry, Dave. Like,
No, it was good times.
you should have
That was good
saved me.
times.
But
Yeah, exactly, Dave. You should have been good time.
I want
Should have been helping me.
no, James did
No,
want me.
he shared the story on. I think the first time he was on the podcast.
Yeah, the first time, yeah.
He shared.
And like things just didn't work out. You know what I mean? And like, we didn't have text messages and shit like that. But there was like, the whole rumor of like,
Yeah.
so and so was like trying to like,
You know what Eddie Murphy said?
get with you or
Wasn't
whatever.
me.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
So
I
that
saw you with. Wasn't me.
So that was probably the reason behind me telling him like, yo, just get out of your system. You know what I mean? You know, like I've been divorced. I've been married twice, divorced twice.
Even if it's in the system, it might not even be in him.
Yeah.
Yo, I think that's the message we should start pushing because
Get it
for
out
a
of your
long time we've been
Get out of your system.
I'm even talking about for men. I'm talking about for women especially,
Yeah.
where it's been this
I think women are
Princess
already on
Bride
that.
thing where it's like,
Yeah.
yo, you're gonna find Prince Charming. He's gonna be perfect. He's gonna do this. You're gonna have a unicorn. You're gonna no. Go ahead and explore. Try every cuisine that there is out there.
Travel the country. Travel the world.
Just if you feel like it, be safe about it. Do it. And then once you realize what your taste is, then you can better pick your fucking checkbox.
Right.
This is my checkbox. I've
Because
been
you have
where-
all these experiences.
Because I've had all the experience, and we just shouldn't put any negative connotation on it for like, oh well, she fucked the Asian dude, and who cares? She
don't like Asians.
She don't like Asians, or she's into sushi. I don't care, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I think experience is how you create those check boxes, which is why it goes back to that maturity thing for me. It's like until I know what I don't like and what I do like, what I will tolerate, what I won't tolerate, I don't know.
Yeah, life is too short to be like stuck with somebody that you don't really like. You know what I'm saying? To do the whole thing with somebody that you're not really jiving with the whole time. That sucks, and that's why there's a lot of people that are depressed right now. You're with the wrong person. You're with the wrong people.
Rough.
Yes, absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
And I think those people need to get to a space, man or woman, get to a space where they can share that with somebody, right? Because if you're harboring all of that just for you, like you said, you're like, damn, as a man, I feel like a woman may have that social network where they can lean on when they're going through bad in a relationship. And a man is just like, a lot of it is like, damn, we don't want to tell our mans about some fucked up shit that we're going through, even though we're emotional about it. Yeah. It's like, oh, I want to fucking cry, but I'm not going to share it.
I went through it, you know what I mean? Like my first divorce and shit. Like I went to Dave, and Dave's like, yo, come on, Migz, let's get back to normal. You know what I mean?
Quick,
Bitch, I'm hurt. You doing
Mig's like, no, Kyle, I don't want to.
You know, and then I talked to James, and James was like, fuck that, pick yourself up, let's go somewhere. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I believe in that kind of support, bro. Like nobody said cry it out. Nobody said here's a shoulder for you.
Nah,
We weren't on 20.
Not at all.
We didn't have tears then.
Tears.
What are you talking about?
Nobody cried.
At Tariq's point, we gotta deal with that shit. Cause it's gonna come out at some point. Cause it's gonna come out that night we're drinking.
For real.
I fucking loved her, man. God damn.
I can't tell you. I've been in here talking to Alex before niggas show up. Like, yo, I fucked up, bro. I don't even know. I don't know how I'm gonna do the podcast tonight. I'm in a place.
It's all emotionally
I'm
distraught.
in a place right now.
It's all emotionally distraught. So.
The niggas walk out like, hey, now, how y'all doing? All right. Happy Wednesday. I'm good. No, nigga, falling apart.
Hey, Alex, don't tell nobody else.
Honorable mention time. Honorable mention.
Yeah.
Oh, we
If
did
I
it.
got one now.
Oh, I got an honorable mention for sure. Based on this conversation right here, it is called Happily. It is a movie. It is called Happily. I don't know where you can watch it at because fire stick. But the best part about Happily is that this couple is in love and they been married for 14 years. Everything seems perfect, and their friends hate them for it. And I won't go into the rest of it, but it was a romantic comedy, sci-fi horror. Happily, definitely after this
have to
conversation,
check that out
for sure.
I'm gonna go because I've been. I always forget to mention this, and Alex actually met one of the owners and was supposed to have her on the podcast, but Ferro Coffee. It's a coffee company. They make teas and stuff like that. The coffee is delicious. But shout out to Holly and Aaron. We got definitely have you on the podcast. Talk about your
Can we
coffee
order
business.
some too? I'm a huge
Absolutely.
coffee
Yeah, I'm a big
Absolutely.
coffee fan.
I'll actually send the IG page to everybody.
Good looks.
That was one of her selling points. You guys got to try the coffee before I go on there. Like,
Coffee's delicious.
All right, done deal.
I don't drink coffee, but
We'll pay to play, Holly.
Michael? I got two.
by the way, I watched that vaccination queue South Park.
Was it?
Fucking guys are ridiculous.
It's out of control, isn't it?
Fucking guys are
It's out of control. I got two. One is the Cecil Hotel. What was it called? Anyways, the Cecil Hotel. I think it's called Strange Crimes at the Cecil Hotel or something like that.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. It's pretty dope. My other one is Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. I've been listening to his book. I'm 90% done. That's a pretty dope book.
It's sad ending for him. Huh?
Sad ending, but that dude, it taught me a lot about New York restaurants. And like knowing Joe and John being part of the restaurant business over here was kind of.
I loved his without reservations.
Dope.
It's hard to tell who's going through like suicidal thoughts, right? Because looking at that TV show,
Reset Life,
I was like, this guy is living the best life ever. He literally pulled the anus out of a boar in Africa, put it on a hot rock, and ate it.
And had a cigarette and a shot after
That's
that.
living. That's living.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go. So I've been trying to. I don't know if I should get this one off. I've been thinking about getting this one off for like the last 2 weeks. This is a podcast that actually helped me. Like I think I'm suffering through a depression, and I've been going back and forth with me trying to say that out loud and speaking.
It takes a lot of strength just even saying that, bro.
And seeing how, as we were just talking about, how we don't express ourselves because we keep it to ourselves because it's supposed to be a manly ego thing. This podcast that I'm going to mention right now kind of helped me out. So normally this podcast is against the U.S. empire. That's usually what they're talking about. They actually went away and started talking about how they're seeing a rise in depression since COVID and all that. And they just talk through like things that you can do and things that we're seeing. That, I mean, nothing in there is going to surprise you as to why people are depressed, but it really, really helped me. And it's called
Helps to hear.
Hang on, I just lost it. Shit. Common Censored. It's with my guy Lee Camp. That's my guy. And the episode is called "The Topic We've Never Covered."
I like it.
We're going to talk after this mic cut off. Oh, yeah, nigga. I got a shoulder right here, boy. Right here. You done helped me. You done helped me.
That's what's up.
I done cried in that beard a little bit.
See?
Like on the bed?
That's what's up.
Your cheek was on his cheek?
Yeah. And
He didn't know it, though.
It ran down.
Face
And it
cheeks,
ran
yeah,
down.
You know what's
His
crazy?
cheeks was
Is that, again, that masculinity part. I be like, yeah, my nigga, all right, cool. Hey, what's up?
Hey, we don't do that.
All right, yeah. Cool.
Nah, man, gotta let it out.
Gotta let it out.
Let that shit out.
Shit. Well, I'll go real quick. So yeah, special shout out to my boy Neo. Hooked me up with the shirt. Seal Lips is his company.
Shouts to them.
Shout out to Neo and Seal
Shout out
Lips.
to Migz. Migz just be supporting.
All the time, man. Small, local, not small businesses, local businesses.
Regional
So
businesses.
Migz, I got a T-shirt coming out. It's $100.
Okay.
Cool.
He's on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm here like, let me see this fucking t-shirt, bro.
Screen print that shit.
What did you say it was called?
Sealed Lips.
Seal Lips.
But my
SLL.
Any meaning behind that?
I never,
Loose Lips sneaks.
No social media?
Stop snitching.
Yeah, he's on social media. Yeah, Kid Cudi, I think it's the handle. And then my honorable mention would be Ray and Ghost, Raekwon the Chef and Ghostface, and
Wu-Tang forever.
Yep.
Wu-Tang forever. Wu-Tang, bitch.
What was it? I forgot.
It's like this.
They do all that. My wrist is fucked up. My wrist is fucked up.
It was like some shit like this. Some shit. I forgot.
And Chris Jericho for the bubbly. Jericho is a longtime wrestler. And
Migz loves wrestling.
Oh, I love wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Man. I love all that vintage wrestling. You know what I mean? So like he wrestles for AEW, and it still kind of gives that whole vintage kind of old school WWE, WWF kind of vibe and stuff. But he's still relevant. I mean, he's got his own champagne and shit. So I bought it just because he's that good. So shout out to
Are they competing with WWE?
Right now, yeah, it's getting hot and heavy. It's on tonight, so it should be good. So yeah, those are my 3 honorable mentions.
They fighting for more Zoom faces in the background.
More what?
Zoom faces. Isn't that what it is now? There's no crowd, right? It's just
No,
Zoom
yeah,
faces in
like
the
they have
background.
like all TVs and shit. Yeah, you gotta subscribe to, I guess.
James, what you got?
Is it?
All right, so I guess I'll go.
Yep, that's it.
Honorable mention. I'm gonna go with a book that really affected me and impacted me is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you haven't read it, you should read it. It's a classic. You're gonna get a lot of nuggets on there. It's so good. I've read it 3 times, and I've written notes on it. It's a really, really good book. It's really, really, really good. Easy read, and you're gonna get a lot out of it.
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Really, really good book. I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Migz for inviting me out.
No problem, bro.
Outside.
No problem, man.
I would consider Migz my best friend. Road dog.
Consider you my brother.
Yeah. And thank you. You know what? I've been excited to come on and hang out with you guys for a minute.
Oh, you didn't disappoint.
I was excited.
We are really borderline canceled right now.
I appreciate you.
I was
really
excited.
close.
Yeah. I was like, you know
I
what?
appreciate you.
I'm kind of offended I haven't been asked to come on before now, but all right, let's do it.
man.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Right there, I promise you. I can't wait to hear the backlash or the go forward.
Nah, James and I had a conversation about Dave and shit, about like things throughout the years and stuff. Like, Dave has the tendency of just doing things flawlessly, and it just...
Like, there's nothing bad you can say about Dave.
Nah.
What are you talking about? There's a ton of bad shit.
No, you
Nah,
can't.
man.
I'm gonna tell you what. For a long time, I was like, "This nigga hair is trash," and he fixed that. How the fuck did he fix? Everybody else got COVID. He got hair. How?
Yo, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going back, dog. I'm not
Went
going
from Dave
back.
Cobb to George Jefferson
Yeah.
with a hairline. It's out of control. It's out of control.
But Dave's been
not
there
going
through
back.
the good and the bad, you know what I mean? And he's always been like a positive influence and shit.
Good looking,
and
man. I
like,
appreciate that, man.
I appreciate you, Dave. We're making jokes about like my first marriage and shit, and you were being the first man or whatever, but that's still support, And even James
We went to the
was tell-
courthouse, though.
Yeah,
That was-
I know. But even James was telling me no, not to do it and shit. That's still support, you know what I mean?
100%,
So,
100%.
nothing but love with you guys for.
Yo, he still should have been there like, no, nigga, don't do that. That's 5 to 10.
Throwing the towels and shit. But it's experiences, that's
I was
life.
excited. I was on both sides at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? I was on both sides.
James was like, fuck that, I'm on your side.
Yeah,
man."
James like, yo, fuck that.
I
You
think
need that, though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You need that, man.
I think it might also count that Kaba has not been married since.
I think you learned from me. I'll take credit for that shit. He's like, damn, man, Migz went through some shit.
Been married since. I saw some shit in my 20s.
I'll wait.
Oh, shit,
That's
man.
funny, man.
Yo, hey, thank you guys for coming,
Yeah,
man.
thank you for
It's
coming,
greatly
man.
Thanks for
appreciated,
having us, man.
Yeah, as soon as Mick showed
Always-
up and it was like, I got a surprise for you. I was like, who is it, James?
Definitely.
So
Reem
man.
and I had a conversation one day.
for sure.
Off the air and shit, and it got real deep with me and Reem, and he was just curious to see who James was, and I was like, you'll see who James is.
Find out. Oh, I found out. We ain't even getting to the gun toting, but we'll say that.
Not
for
yet.
episode.
Yeah,
And
we'll say that.
capitalism.
Yeah,
I want to
capitalism.
talk about that too.
Yeah, we'll wait.
And just as a prequel, I'm pro capitalism with James, but I am anti-gun with James.
I'm pro-gun. Pro-gun.
We still got the pending Illuminati conversation too.
Yeah.
So.
And we, yeah. Well, we always have the
always
Illuminati's
do it.
always hovering around us.
yeah. So
I felt like our first few episodes was about Illuminati.
Heavy.
It was coming up
yeah.
at
Yeah.
some point.
Oh, shout out to Crook Rock too, because he's doing things too.
To who?
Crook Rock.
Shout out Crook.
Yeah,
Crook.
Crook's doing his thing, man. He's one of those people that just
Crook's
kind
full
of.
vegan now, ain't he? I see,
Oh yeah, man. But he's keeping like hip hop alive type. You know what I mean? Just like Chachi. Shout out to Chachi too.
Crook Rock was doing the hip hop chess club at La Broa. I doubt
Shout out
that's
to Crook.
that
At
stopped
La Broa, yeah.
because of COVID. But
I'm gonna give a shout out. I know this is I'm a boxing guy, and Demetrius Andrade.
Boo boo.
We should shout him out because he's been doing his thing for a long time. His skills pay the bills. Like he's nice. Like he's on that level.
No,
he really is on the level. He's paid his dues. He should get a shot at the title.
Get the shot, right?
He's underfighted. Yo, Canelo's not don't want to fight him.
He's dodging him.
And Canelo. Pelea con Demetrius Andrade.
Listen.
Ya, déjate de tu vaina.
Definito cancelote.
Yo, Growing Pains podcast. Like, follow, comment, shit.
Fuck with us.
Yeah, fuck with us. Peace.